Hey everyone, it's Victoria Arnstein, and I would like to speak my truth. I would like to speak to you from my heart, straight up, and no editing, no fancy music, no fancy anything. Just me. I don't even know if I'm going to monetize this video. It's not about money. It's not going to get a lot of hits, and it may get a lot of hits. I don't care. Whether you believe me or not, this is my truth. So this is my side. I'm going to start from the beginning. And this might have to go into a few parts because I don't have that much space on my phone. This is all on my cell phone. Okay, from the beginning. There was a couple that met at the Fruit Festival a few years ago, say 2013. And I'm friendly with the groom. And on a private chat, I said, "Are you coming to the next festival?" And he said, "No, I don't think we're going to make it this year. I don't think we can afford it. We're in Brazil." And I said, "Well, what would you say to the idea?" And now I have no power in the Fruit Festival. I could just make a suggestion and they could take it or leave it. I said to him, "What about if you got married at the Fruit Festival and maybe did like a work exchange, like, you know, make videos and stuff and edit videos?" Well, the idea was so great that, you know, he ended up doing it, and he was loving the idea, and Michael liked the idea, and it all just worked out. I had no say in the plans. I had no say in anything after that. I just gave the idea, and that was it. People come up to me at the Fruit Festival every year and thank me for putting it on. I never put on the Fruit Festival. I admit to it right away. I always say, I don't know if they believe me, but I always say I had nothing to do with it. I may have created the spark for Michael to go on a fruitarian diet, and that's how this all started, but I had no say. In fact, I didn't want the festival to go on because it was all of our money that would be invested in it, and I had other plans for the money, okay? So my kid was being bullied at school. I wanted to change where I lived, and I couldn't do that. This is what I was going through, my turmoil. But at the first Fruit Festival, I ended up really hearing some stories from people, and they were really heartfelt and thanked me up and down for even allowing this festival to happen. They said that they changed their lives, they met their spouse, they met their best friend, whatever it was, their lives were changed forever. That tugged at my heartstrings. I felt really compelled, but not 100%. Like, I still, you know, was weary about putting it on again because, again, it was our money from our pocket. Now, I really didn't have a say in the matter because Michael wanted to do it anyway, and he wanted to do what he wanted to do, and that's the way Michael Arnstein works. That's how he operates. He doesn't really ask for permission. It's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. That's just the way he is. All right. So, because I didn't have any plans of who was going to play what or who was going to do what, it wasn't my wedding to decide. It wasn't even my festival. I just showed up like any other guest. And if you show up at a wedding, do you really have to thank somebody that was playing the harp? Not really. You can compliment them, which I did. I did say thank you, though. Isn't that funny? I did say thank you, and my daughter said thank you, but it wasn't really a thank you. It was after a compliment. I was giving him such praise for his expertise in violin playing. I did. I said it. Of course I did. You could look at all my posts on every video. I mean, you could see how I'm grateful for things. I'm always saying thanks for sharing your video. In fact, this is how this all began. This was 3 years ago, so this came out of nowhere. Nick has tagged me in many videos in the past, and they were very edited beautifully. I didn't get through every single video because a lot of them were long, but I'm being honest. And he did make a video about Ted Carr. It didn't sit right with me that he was bashing people that were eating raw food, and namely Ted Carr. But I was more concerned with, like, why don't you just eat your potatoes and rice and just have a great day, and why make the whole announcement to get attention or whatever? I just didn't understand it. So I said, well, this was a great video, but why would you have to bash anybody that's on raw food? Why not just let them be? Well, this must have triggered him in some way that was maybe festering for 3 years. Because out of nowhere, and you have to understand, I met him at the Fruit Festival. I don't know him. I just met him at the festival. I saw he played the violin. That's as far as relationship went. That's my complete honesty on this. I don't know who he was. He says, well, Victoria, you should have, and I'm not quoting exactly because I don't remember. It was just like a comeback dig hurt, like a hurtful comment to me. Well, you didn't say thank you. You and your husband didn't even bother to say thank you. And I played at the wedding and something about compensating. And I was like, where is this coming from? Now you have to understand, I'm not exactly the most polished person in the world. You can see it from my other videos. I went into stand-up comedy for that reason alone. I am not politically correct. I don't go for bullshit. I'm not one of those parents that say, oh, it's okay, I'm just not like that. I'm not polite. If I see somebody attack me, and that was an attack, sometimes I fight back. So this is what I said. I was like, I don't understand. Why don't you remember me saying thank you? That's first of all. And second of all, how many thank yous do you need? Like how much praise does one person need? Now I watched his videos, 3 videos just about me. And I just want to tell you that the thumbnail that he used of my picture was at an acting class I took with my daughter. And I was in the middle of a cry. Like I was crying in this video. And he took this shot of it. And maybe it was the screenshot or the thumbnail of my crying. He went through great lengths to get this picture, trust me. It's not easy to find. But anyway, besides that, he painted me in a bad light. He says, well, you've inspired me. Oh, I said, well, you must have been a real fun guy to be with as a kid, always wanting 24-hour praise. It's the way I answer is the way I speak to people in person. Like, I am just sarcastic. That's just the way I am. It's not because I'm from Brooklyn. It's because that's the way I am. I'm just sarcastic that way. That's how I operate. I don't know, for better or worse, that's me. No matter how hard I try to change my stripes, I can't. So I'm just going to embrace who I am, okay? People have called me the Donald Trump of the vegan community. I'm not even 100% vegan because I don't like the angry, group that it's associated with. I'm plant-based. And the issue with eggs was, I'm not even looking at my notes because this is totally from my heart. The issue with eggs, I had 4 eggs, and I don't have to explain it to anybody. There was absolutely no harm done. What does anybody care what I eat? It was a hen from a neighbor's yard. So if I'm not vegan, you can't come to a fruit festival that my husband's putting on and enjoy yourselves and have a great time and sit by a lake. And I just don't understand that part. It doesn't make sense to me. You're not putting money into a festival where the owners are eating cows and chickens. We're doing the opposite. We're trying to make a community. We're trying to make a community of people that they don't have to feel awkward in front of their families. They can make their own families now, That's what the whole premise of this and the whole purpose of the fruit festival is. So that's what I don't understand. So yeah, the thank you thing I covered, the story from the beginning, controversy, complaining, title of the video alone should tell you. The title of Nick's video alone should tell you what that's about. That's him saying, I got herpes with pictures of pus on his boyfriend's lips. Got herpes from the Woodstock Fruit Festival. Just a blatant statement. Don't go. If that's not a hateful thing to say, I don't know what is. If you're not trying to get clicks and views, I don't know what you're trying to do. Because that's just, you call yourself vegan, that's more cruel than anything else if you're trying to put down a festival that people work so hard to put on. And so many people love the festival. So you bash the whole festival because you're angry with me and my comments? I do a lot of ironic Snapchats. You know what? I'm not going to even talk about that because it's so stupid. I don't even care. I embarrass Michael and he does to me. That's marriage. And sometimes, you know what? Every couple has it. Yes, we fought. We fought at the festival. And you know what the irony is? We fought because he didn't want me to go on stage, do stand-up comedy. There was a 2-week session, and he didn't want me to go on the second week. I did the first week. He didn't want me to do the second week. He doesn't let me in any meetings. These are the fights I get into. It's like his show. I feel like Lucy and Ricky, and I'm like, could I be in your show? It's pathetic, But that's the way he is. It's his festival. And that's the irony of everything. People think it's mine. You can ask Carly himself. I was never in a meeting. I was never allowed to a meeting, and I used to get upset that I couldn't go. So that's the irony of people thinking that I was the director. It's just the opposite. I have zero to do with this festival. I just show up. In fact, Michael can't stand it sometimes that I don't even lift a finger when I'm there, because I'm there to really enjoy myself. Whether, people like that or not, that's how it is. I go and see my friends every year. I'm willing to not go this year if it means that you will go. If you are saying that you won't go because of me, I won't go. I am willing to give up my spot of having fun with my friends at the festival so you can enjoy yourselves. Because if that's really your reason that I am there, I won't go. So please let me know. I also want to point out that this guy Nick is like asking for donations and asking for money. What is his alternative motive? What is his ulterior motive? Like, what could it be? Could it be money? Maybe he wants money to take down the videos. I don't know. I don't know his reason for anything. All I know is that I did act in haste. I did apologize for acting in haste, and it was taken down. That comment was taken down. I left one comment, and it was an apology. It was a public apology, and it was also on Janelle Lemoyne's page. She tagged me in a post saying that she loves me, the festival, Nick, everybody. She's here for us. And I publicly apologized, the exact same quote, and that's still up there. You can check it out. That was on Nick's first video of me, and I took down all the other comments because I felt like I was hostile. I felt it. I saw it. I read my comments over, and I took it, and I said, you know what? Just take them down. He copied and pasted them and screenshotted them and put them into another video only about my texting. So there was no room for human error. There was no room for any type of... I was hated from the moment he made the video. With his edits and everything else, people wanted to hate me. They didn't like my comments. I retaliated. There's fight or flight. I go with fight. I'm a warrior, but I'm also a giver. I didn't know about this video, but a friend of mine sent me this video link. I was giving out coconuts to 100-mile runners to give back because Michael won the race last year. He cut down 400 coconuts. It was called the Hurt 100. I was out there. If you saw my Snapchats, unfortunately I had to make my Snapchats private now because not everyone could watch it because I have trolls watching me, which is so sad. But I was out there. You can even watch it on my Instagram. I got off Instagram for a while because I wanted no issues with people, and I wanted to cool down, and I did it out of respect for my husband because he wanted me off social media. In fact, he wants me off social media completely. He thinks it's ruining our lives. But I think that I am fine on social media. I just got bashed, and I was somebody that just was misunderstood. So anyway, going back to the Hurt 100, I'm giving out coconuts, and I'm literally giving back with mosquitoes all over and hot sun. I'm there. I'm there with my daughter who's 10 years old, and we're giving back. All I do is want to give back. That's what these videos are. It's paying it forward for whatever I know. I learned about running. I want to show it. I want to teach it. I want to share it for free. I learned about diet and my trials and tribulations as a mother, as a wife, as relationships go. I want to share it with you. That's why I make these videos. It's my way of paying it forward. It's my way of giving back. Michael wants me to shut that down. I said, I shut this down. You shut down the Fruit Festival. That's your way of paying things back. He said, absolutely not. I said, well, then I'm not getting off social media. Michael does not want me to make this video either. He doesn't want to make waves, but I have to speak my truth. This is from my heart. This is my name that I'm protecting. He doesn't have to like it. Will it break up my marriage? It could. It could, but that's how strongly I believe in speaking my truth. I waited, and I was advised from a lot of people not to say a word, but I really can't handle somebody that terrorizes. And they said, oh, this is not a terroristic thing. It is a terroristic thing. When someone terrorizes you and calls you out and splatters your name all over the place, doesn't ever contact you privately. I didn't contact him privately because I didn't want him to. I saw him taking texts from people and switching them around and throwing people under a bus, like Lisa Gordon, who did so much for this guy. I can't even tell you what she did for him and his boyfriend. Like she literally paid for him to go to a fruit festival, spent thousands of dollars on him. He asked her for cameras or whatever it is. And that's her side of the story, and I believe her. I think that she's a very good woman. She's a very big supporter of the festival, and I really got to know her well. And I don't know him well, but I do know that there's a lot of stuff underneath. There's this guy, he's not living well, he's bitter, he's hurt. To me, that's the makings of a villain. You know, how the villain is hurt. You could even see it in the movie The Incredibles. You didn't say hello to me when I was a kid, and now I'm getting you back. I mean, that's what this is. I mean, cyberbullying, or any kind of bullying, is obviously stemming from some place of hurt. Now, I apologize if I hurt him, but it's not enough to make a video about me because I reacted. I can't tolerate somebody lying. I can't tolerate somebody getting over and over and over just saying how much they need a thank you, and then they need money, and then there's no give. There was just take. Give me. What have you done for me lately has been the theme for this generation and the next generation. What have you done for me lately? There's no giving back. I haven't seen this guy give anything except for hate. And trying to convince people, here's the link to go refund your Woodstock Fruit Festival, and saying that there was eating from the trash. I mean, really? Seriously, let me tell you something. First of all, Orland should have said something from the get-go if that was the case. Second of all, 3 years later, there was no message to me in any way or anybody else. We have surveys. We have ways of getting to us. There's no way that this couldn't have been resolved before making a video. What's the ulterior motive? I don't know. You tell me. You decide. Like I said, I was hated from the minute he made this video, from the second he made the video. Leona Helmsley, that would mean that I would have to be a boss. And by the way, I've had people work for me in my house and do things for me, and I have never, ever treated them badly. People stay with me because they like me. I am nice. I'm not polished. I'm not polite. I don't stand for bullshit, but I'm definitely a nice person. I have a big heart. Ask anybody that I know. I've had people stay at my house openly. Yeah, I don't know. That just, to me, boy, it boggles my mind. My kids did not get paid $100 to stay vegan. First of all, they weren't brought up vegan, so that's no secret. I definitely said as a joke to my daughter, who was 8 at the time, if you stay all raw and all fruit, because she always begs me to get her Cliff Bars and stash some food for her that is vegan, because I am plant-based, so I definitely don't want dairy and I don't want animal products. And the 4 times that I had eggs was in a recipe, and it was from a neighbor's house. But forget that, okay? I'm just giving you my answers. And it was a long-standing joke, whether anybody overheard it or not, or she said it out loud. That's what it was. It was me and her. That was it. It was a joke. I knew she wasn't going to do it. It was a fun gag. Is my husband vegan? I can't really answer for him. He had a B12 issue, and he took oysters once, and he was not shy about it, telling it, and he did not have any, this might get cut off soon, so I'm going to have to make a part 2. He took shots, he took pills, and it was already too much damage with his nerves, so he got scared, but you could talk to him about that. Okay, most of my videos have likes, not dislikes, maybe 2 dislikes. I have a very small group of people watching me. It's not a big deal. I don't do it for the money at all. Some people said, oh my God, you're so much older than this guy Nick. How could you, talk to him like that? I see him as a troll. I don't see him as anything else. I don't see him as somebody that is an older person or a younger person. It's nameless, it's faceless, it's just what it is. It's a troll. It's somebody that's trying to attack me. And that was an attack. And I'm not a troll if I'm going on something to defend myself. I'm only a troll if I'm going on to another page and talking about other things. And let me tell you something. When Christina Karilla Bukaram was under attack, I went to fight with her for her. She didn't fight for herself. She couldn't. She actually regrets not talking up sooner because she felt toxic. I feel the same way. That's why this video is being made. All my good comments are being deleted, and I'm going to speak up from my video. Okay, that's it. That's really it. I don't even think there's a part 2. This is my story. Whether you believe half of it, none of it, or all of it, that's it. There's no agenda. That's it. That's all there is. It's just whatever happened. If you have more questions, if you have anything to ask me, you could message me on Facebook. There were some people that called me a bitch, and I had to block them. Not really their say. Some people that don't know me, a lot of them don't know me, and they're calling me all these names. So whatever it is, I just need to talk from my heart and tell you exactly what my story is. All right? So that's it for now. Take care, everyone. Bye.